Hey you guys, it's Sheila. How you guys doing today? I'm doing okay. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about myself today, but before I do that, you guys go like, comment, and subscribe, and turn that post notification on so you can see that I post and everything, and what I post about. So, first, my name is Sheila Elizabeth Morris. I'm 21 years old. My birthday is May 14th, 1996. I grew up in Cleveland, Tennessee. I lived there my whole life until about the age of 20, I think, 20, 21. And I just lived down there and everything like that. I went to Michigan Avenue Elementary School. I went all through Michigan Avenue, but my 5th grade year, I was 10, and I found out that my father had actually passed away. It was hard. Like, it was really hard on me. And I suffer depression and anxiety and everything like that. And I fight through it every day. And I just do myself. But I had depression. I had ADHD. I wasn't passing in school. And it was just really hard. But after I found out my dad passed away, I wasn't really myself anymore. Of course, it was really hard, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to think or anything like that. But after that, I got out of middle school. I got out of elementary school, went to middle school, and I went to Ocoee Middle. I went all through Ocoee Middle. In my 8th grade year, I was in this awesome team. Like, it was awesome. But all throughout middle school, I played softball and stuff like that, and I still struggled with my grades just because, like, I was put on so many medications for my depression and ADHD and stuff like that, and I just really wasn't, like, passing. And it was just making me so tired. I just couldn't do it on a daily basis. So I told my mom that I wanted to be taken off, and she took me off of it. I started doing softball, and throughout that I did softball, and then I did volleyball, but I don't think I made it at Ocoee Middle. I don't remember if I had made it or not, but I did softball through, like, softball and basketball and stuff like that to keep my mind off stuff and, like, keep me going. And but throughout middle school is really awesome, I guess you could say. I mean, I still struggled, but it was really fun, and I made some friends, but of course they all flake off eventually. But my 8th grade year, I had this awesome teacher named Miss Ware. Shout out to you, Miss Ware. I love you, and you really made my 8th grade year, like, awesome. I ended up being the manager for, like, the football team there. And it was really fun. I really liked it, and it, like, really changed my life. And, like, she talked to me like she'd basically be my mother, and, like, it was just awesome. She still talks about me to this day, and I haven't been in school I just got out of school in 2015, and it's almost 2018 now, and she still talks about me. But so yeah. And then after middle school, I went to high school. I went to Bradley High School, and I actually tried out for the volleyball team at Bradley, and I made it. So that was really fun. Through my junior and sophomore year, I did that. And then, my freshman and sophomore year, not my junior. My freshman and sophomore year, I did softball, volleyball, and then my junior year, I did softball, I did volleyball, some of volleyball, and then some of softball, because I got really sick in my junior year. But my freshman year, it was fun. Like, of course, it was my first year of high school, and it was just something that every kid has to go through, unless you're homeschooled. But there's nothing really, besides, I mean, unfortunately, I lost my virginity in 9th grade, which I shouldn't have done. I should have waited, and that was a big mistake, and I wish I could take it back, but it was a lesson learned, and it was just something, I don't know, I guess every kid wants to know. I don't know. That's weird. But my sophomore year was really fun. Dabbled in a little bit of art, which didn't work out that well. I did my junior year. I ended up getting E. coli in my ears from getting baptized in water that wasn't like clean or whatever, and they hadn't used the baptism pool in a really long time. So I ended up getting that, and I ended up having a PICC line put in right here through my heart, and it went all the way from here underneath my breast and into my heart. And I had that for a while, and after that, I mean, it went well, but I was still really sick after that. Oh, and I forgot to tell you guys, in like elementary, middle school, I got really sick and I had MRSA, and it's MRSA, if none of you guys know what that means. It's like a really bad like virus, like infection that you get, and I actually had that in, which year was it? This year, and I had it twice. I got it twice. But when I was 5, I had to have a mastoidectomy, which is where they go and clean the mastoid bone in the back here and like shave it down and stuff and like get all that infection out. And then in my junior year, I had to have the PICC line done, and I got E. coli from it. And that wasn't really fun. I got really weak, and they had to do all kinds of like medications, and I had to wear a pump and stuff like that. And I had to get it like cleaned every day. My mom did that. Luckily she's a nurse. After that, I went through my first semester of my senior year, and my second semester, well, my first semester I was on probation for domestic assault, or not domestic assault, just assault, I guess you could say. And I guess I was a bad kid, but I guess that's how it goes. I wasn't really in trouble that much, but it was a mistake of what I did, and I know that now. But I mean, if you really know the full story, then you kind of understand. But anyways, my first semester, I was 18, or right at the end, I was 18, and my mom, or I don't know, I don't want to blame my mom, but I got put in jail for 2 weeks right before Thanksgiving break. I got put in jail for 2 weeks, and let me tell you guys, that was the worst experience of my life. I will never go back to jail unless it's literally over my family or something, you know. I hated it. It was not fun. I was the only young one in there. There was nasty people in there. It was just gross. But after I got out of jail, I went to school that Friday. I stayed in there for 2 weeks. I got out that Friday, and they actually arrested me at school. Like, I was on my way to lunch, and they arrested me at school. And I got put in handcuffs, and put me in the back of the cop car, went to jail, waited for my court date at the juvenile, went to my juvenile, and whatever. It's like 2 months, got put back on my probation because I went to jail. After that, I got out of school, or I got out of that, and my probation officer said that you either get your grades up, or he said, I'm taking your license away and you're not going to be able to see Austin anymore, and to get your license back you have to have your grades up. So I was like, heck no, I'm not losing my car, nor am I losing my license. So I went and got my grades up that day, that Friday. I got my grades up, and I walked to my juvenile, and well, I got a ride and I walked home, but I got them grades up. I was not doing all that. So I got my license back, and of course I went and seen Austin, which Austin's my fiance now. So here's to you, probation officer. But after high school, or after my second semester, or my first semester, my second semester, my second day, I actually dropped out and I stopped going to Bradley. But I went to Penn Foster online, and I got everything done. It's just I stopped paying for it, and which is a really big mistake. But I lost my benefits through my dad. Turned 18, and you lose them right after that, or you lose them after that. And I lost them, and I couldn't pay for it. But I had finished all my classes, so I'm basically graduated. I just don't have my high school diploma. So that really sucks. But hopefully this year I'm going to be able to pay it off and have everything done. And be able to have my high school diploma. So after my senior year, I moved in with Austin's dad at first. And then after his dad's place, we went to an apartment. We moved into a 1-bedroom apartment and with our dog, and we lived there for quite a while. I don't remember exactly when this happened with his dad, but his dad actually passed away, and like we lived in that apartment, and we only lived like a few minutes away, and we got there like quick as heck, and it was really hard. Like, it was really hard on him. He suffers with depression and everything like that, and me and him have had a past, and me and Austin actually got together in my 9th grade year. And we've well, the end of my 9th grade year. We've been together ever since then. And no, that's not how I lost my virginity to, so don't ask that. Unfortunately, I did not lose my virginity to him. After his dad passed away, he suffered with depression really bad, and it just wasn't really easy for him. And so after that, we actually moved to Georgia. We lived out there for a little while. I actually had my first child. I miscarried. I found out that night and miscarried that morning. And I went to 2 different hospitals, and one in Bradley County, I was at 19. My HCG levels was at 19, and when I got to Chattanooga, they were at 12. So they definitely said that I had a miscarriage. And everyone always doubted me, which really makes me mad, but, you know, that's just how people are. But I don't really care about what they say, because I'm myself, and they can't tell me otherwise. Because God didn't want me to have a child then, and that's okay. And I didn't need a child then. So after Georgia, we moved, I don't remember where we moved. Oh, we moved into this apartment back in Cleveland, and it was called a big house apartment, and I loved it. I loved it. Oh no, wait, I don't remember where we lived. We lived somewhere. And after that, we went and lived with my mom's neighbor, and it was fun. It was kind of adventurous, I guess you could say. I would never do it again. But I love my goddaughter, don't get me wrong. Her name's Scarlett. I love her so much. After that, we moved to Cleveland. We were in Cleveland, and we moved into an apartment, like, I don't remember where it was. It was like on a main street. We lived over there for almost a year. After that, my dog's trying to get her food outside of her cage. That's so funny. That weird, so weird. Anyways, after that, we moved into an apartment. We stayed there for about a year. After that, we moved up the street, and we moved into this house, and it wasn't in the best of areas, but it was cheap, and it was mine. After me and Austin had actually broken up in that apartment, and me and Austin broke up, and I moved into my own house a few minutes away from him, and he actually got with someone else, and that was that. He seen that it wasn't really for him, that he didn't want to be with her, that it was just a fling, I guess you could call it. And after he got over that, he actually moved in with me, and we lived there for a little while, but we ended up having to move out because we had Zoe, which Zoe is my service dog. She wants out so bad. But after that, we moved to this other house over on Matt Circle. Matt Circle, I guess. I don't remember. Completely honest. Hey, shh, be quiet. Lay down. Sorry, you guys. So after that, we moved into the Mat Circle. We were there for almost a year. I found out I was pregnant, and it was Thanksgiving last year. Hush, Zoe. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Good girl. Lay down. But anyways, it was Thanksgiving last year when I found out I was pregnant. And, like, no one believed me. But Austin was like, okay, maybe this one's real, blah, blah, blah. And he was just like, let's really just wait and everything like that. So I went to this, like, I don't know what it's called. It was like a little home, I guess. Zoe, shh. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Anyways, it was like this home. I don't know what it was for, but it was just to help women know, like, get an ultrasound or whatever. I don't know. So we went and got it, and they let me in there by myself, and I didn't know like what was gonna go on because this is my first pregnancy, and I didn't really know what to expect. So they was like, okay, well, we're not gonna show you the baby first, but we're gonna look for 3 things. We're going to look for the heartbeat, we're going to look and see if it has a sac, and we're going to look and see if, like, the baby's measuring right. So a few minutes later, she checked or whatever, and she showed me, and I seen the heartbeat for the first time, and I cried. I cried my eyes out, and I was so happy, and I was like, God gave me this gift, and I'm not going to take it for granted. And from then on out, I was pregnant, and I was pregnant. My sister for Christmas, she bought me a gender reveal little thing, and I found out when I was 15 weeks pregnant that I was having a little girl. And we contemplated on what we wanted to name her, and Austin had a dream one night and was like, babe, you gotta wake up. And I said, okay. So I woke up, whatever, and he said, I know what we're gonna name her. And he said, we're gonna name her Beretta. And I said, okay. So he was like, we're going to name her Beretta Luann, which Lou is his mom's middle name, and is my mom's middle name. So we put those both together, it's Luann. So we had a gender reveal party, found out we were having a girl, and Austin really wanted a boy, but he really loves having a girl, and he would never take her back for anything. He just can't get enough of her. So we found out we were having a girl, and everything was fine. We named her Beretta, and I actually had a kind of complicated pregnancy. I was high risk because I couldn't pass the sugar test, so I was just like, you know what, I'm not even going to try this no more. It was like 3 times that I had to do that sugar test, and after 3 times I was like, I can't do it no more. This is like too much on me. And we ended up doing just like basically what high risk is, and we did a special diet, I guess. You have to be on a special diet when you're high risk. You gotta like weigh stuff out and everything. Basically like you're on a diet, except for you can't have anything. But right before, or like right when we found out what we were having, the week before we actually moved to Morristown, and the week before we moved to Morristown, I found out that Beretta had a heart murmur, which she had an irregular heartbeat and a hole in her heart. So we was like, I was freaking out, I was crying, I didn't know what to do. Like, I thought my baby wasn't gonna live and everything like that. So after that, we moved to Morristown, and I went to the OBGYN down here, and they put me through the high risk of UT, and UT came down and they examined me, and they did everything like that. They said that she didn't have a hole in her heart and that she didn't have a irregular heartbeat. So it was like, oh, okay, well, that's a relief and everything like that. So went on with the pregnancy, still found out that I was high risk and everything like that, and we did the diet. And the day before, I was in Cleveland, they told me I was due August 2nd, and in Morristown they said I was due August 1st, so I didn't really care which one. So went through the whole pregnancy. I was exactly 40 weeks. I delivered at 10 weeks. And Austin told me whenever we went to the doctor's appointment, my hair's falling down. He told me when we went to the doctor, he was like, look, you're going to have her at 40 weeks, because he's seen that little like diagram of the way your baby's brain develops. And he said, you're going to have her at 40 weeks, and I really don't care what you say. And I was like, babe, that's not really your decision. But he was really excited, but he really wanted her to be fully developed. And I delivered on August 1st. The day before, which we went and they put me on the monitor, and they was like, okay, well, we have to get her heart rate, blah, blah, blah. So they got all that and they got everything, and then they put me in there and they put what's called a Foley, which is like a balloon with like a string on it, and it goes up into your tootie, and it goes up into your cervix, and it thins your cervix out. And I sat there for almost like 4 hours. And like before that, like they was like, well, we don't know if we're really gonna do it or not, blah blah blah. They put the Foley in. I was like, they put me on the monitor, and I was like, they couldn't get her heart rate, and I was like, I really have to poop, and I don't know why. And I said, I really have to go, and I was really hungry and blah blah blah. So I went. They took me off the monitor. I went to try to go poop. The Foley actually fell out in the toilet, and I was like, oh my god, am I in trouble? Like, what do I do? And my mom went and got the nurse, and they was like, no, it's completely fine, it's completely fine. It means your cervix at 3 centimeters and you're okay. I was like, okay, so I'm not in trouble. Like, I really thought I was in trouble. And they was like, no, you're fine, don't worry about it. And so I ate some crackers and I lay back down, and they put me back on that monitor. It took about an hour after that, and they finally got her heartbeat, but it was irregular. So they was like, okay, well, we're going to go ahead and take her tonight. And I was like, or we're not going to take her tonight. We're going to take her, or you're going to go in tonight. And I was like, okay, well, okay. But like they told me right before they had done that test that I had to wait longer. Like that I probably had to wait another week, and that I'd have to get a C-section. I was like, nope, I'm not doing all that. No, you will not. Nope. Mm-mm. So, after that doctor's appointment, they told me I was going in at 10 that night, and I was like, okay. So, all my family was there, his mom, my mamaw. My sister already lived down here, but she didn't come to that appointment. After that, we went out to eat to Stage Rush, and it was really awesome. Like, it was so good. And, Austin was actually at work that day. I think, no, he wasn't. He was there. Yeah, he was there. And we went out to eat, and I was just feeling, I wasn't really having no contractions or nothing. So we went home, and I couldn't sleep at all. Like, I was so anxious, and I was tired, but I was so anxious and everything. So it came up to 10 o'clock. Look at me. It came up to 10 o'clock, and I was like, okay, let's go. We gotta go. Like, got there by 9:30. And we went in, they got me all ready, and I wasn't having contractions or nothing, but I went in and I was 4 or 5 centimeters, it's 5 centimeters dilated. And it was like, okay, because I was strep B positive. I found out I was strep B positive, and they put me on the medications that I had to be on, and it was burning my hand. I mean, burning so bad, like I couldn't take it. I was crying, and they got like a bubble stuck in it, and they had to push that through, and oh my god, I was mad. I was very mad. And so after that all went through, they had to wait until all that medicine went through before they could like do anything. So they came in and they said at 6:30 the epidural people are going to come in. So I was like, okay, well, we'll wait till 6:30 or 7. No, it was 6:30. And I was like, okay, we're gonna wait. And they all made fun of me because I hummed the whole time. I didn't cry, I didn't scream, I didn't do anything. So they came and did the epidural at 6:30. My doctor came and broke my water at 7, and I had her by 10:15, 10:12, something like that. And I had my beautiful baby Beretta, and I was so excited, but I couldn't remember anything. Like, it was just like so amazing, and like I'm gonna be completely honest, it didn't hurt at all. I had 4 contractions. It took me 15 minutes to give birth. I had 4 contractions, or 4, like, felt like I had to poop, and that was her coming down the birth canal. It took me 15 minutes through the whole thing, and out goes Beretta. and she didn't have a cone head. She has a perfectly round head. After that, like, I had her or whatever, and I was really scared because, like, I didn't know, like, what was going to go on. We had so many things going on. I wanted so many, like, tests done on her because my nephew had actually passed away in my high school year. I didn't tell you guys that. My nephew passed away. He was a month old. His name is Mason. He passed away, and it was just crazy. Like, it ruined my sister, and like, it was so hard on her. But she has 4 beautiful children now, and they're all boys. But I was just running tests. Beretta is now 4 months old. She still has a hole in her heart, but they told us that it would be more dangerous for her to have heart surgery than to keep it like it is now. She can't smoke. She can't go scuba diving. She can't go scuba diving. She can't have air in her IV, which they shouldn't do that in the first place. Certain things that she can't do when she's older. So we've been down here. We moved down here actually so Austin could have a better job opportunity, and he works for a roofing company called Escola Roofing, and he's been doing wonderful there. We've been down here for almost a year now, and we're actually thinking about moving back to Cleveland, so that's really exciting. I'm so excited. I'm ready to, like, get back to my hometown and be with my family and everything. Right now we are still in Morristown. I'm currently working at Domino's, which that's just part-time just because I'm a full-time mom, and I work, and he works full-time like every day, so we aren't really worried about nothing, I guess you could say. He told me I can work if I want to, so I did, because I love spending time with my daughter, don't get me wrong, but I want to work just because I don't depend on a man to be whatever. I don't have to do all that. That's something wrong. But I'm independent, and I like to make my own money. But me and Austin have been together for 5 years. We got together May 18th, 2012. That will be another video for you guys. I will give you guys updates and everything like that on us. But we have a beautiful 4-month-old daughter. We have a dog named Zoe, and we are getting married this Saturday, which is December 2nd, and it's really about my life. My dad passed away when I was 10. My mom is still alive. I have a beautiful family, and we are very close. But yeah, so that's about my life. I hope you guys enjoyed, and you guys like, comment, subscribe, and you guys tell me what I should do next. The mommy vlogs are coming soon. I promise they're coming soon. I might actually make one tonight. So you guys stay tuned, and remember to like, comment, subscribe, and turn that post notification on. And we will see you again next vlog. Bye, you guys.